want to listen to me talk about that. I don't.
Good morning, everybody. We're coming to you live on Facebook from Congregation Brith, Shalom, where we meet every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock sharp for the teachings of the 39 Melachot and their Musar counterparts. But before we begin that, we're going to discuss the way 33, way number 33, because last night we counted Lag. Lag is the 33rd day of the Omer, so it's Lag BaOmer today. And as we know, the 33rd day of the Omer is a very, very special day for the Jewish people, because that is the day that the hidden secrets of the Torah, what we know as Kabbalah, were revealed to the Jewish people via Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. It's a very, very special day because it's like a whole new level of Torah was revealed to us. It was always there, but this is the first time it was actually put into words so that we can actually study it. And I highly recommend that anyone interested in the study of Kabbalah, go to Rabbi Cong, Rabbi Yaakov Cong, at the Torch Center on Sunday nights, and on Wednesday nights, and on Thursday afternoons. He is Houston's Kabbalah master, and I highly recommend that you join his classes. So way number 33 is love righteousness. Ohev et tzedakot. Tzedakot comes from the word tzedek, means righteousness or justice. So to be a good person, you need to enjoy being good. There are people who have never taken the opportunity to take pleasure in a good deed, in a good act. You have to stop. When you do a good deed, just stop for a second and enjoy. Enjoy the moment. I went out of my way to go help someone. Just stop for a second. You know something? That was a selfless act. I didn't do it for honor. I didn't do it for recognition. I did it just because it's the right thing to do. Let me just take a second to enjoy it. Obligations are easier when you get in touch with the pleasure of doing the right thing. If you're doing the act anyway, you might as well find pleasure. It's the right thing to do. Enjoy it. Just regular menial tasks can find so much more enjoyment, so much more pleasure when you realize, something, I'm doing the right thing now. Let me enjoy doing the right thing. Yeah, so you know what? Doing carpool isn't the most glamorous, way to spend your afternoon. But you know what? It's the right thing to do. Enjoy it. You might as well. You're doing it anyway. But there's another way to understand tzedakot. It's not only righteousness, but tzedakot means also charity. We know tzedakah, the word tzedakah means charity. And it is very important for us to enjoy giving. I want to add that element. It's a pleasure to be able to be the giver versus to be the recipient. Think about that for a second. To have the opportunity to be the giver and not the recipient of charity. I'll share with you my own personal story. Back in my own yeshiva days, I was talking about this topic. Among my friends, we had a little group. We'd get together and we'd study these Musar concepts, Musar ideas. And the idea of chesed, of kindness, of giving, to be a noten, which, by the way, noten in Hebrew is a palindrome, right? Or a palindrome, depending where you come from. And if you look at the word noten, nun taf nun, and it goes backwards and forwards. When you give, you get. That's not why you give. It just happens to be a byproduct of being a giver, is that you receive in return. So I remember I was talking about this and I said, you know something, I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite. Because there I am talking about how we need to learn to be givers, and then I go back to my dorm room, and all of my stash of my food that I got from the United States, my mother packed me up with my treats, and I would hide it in my closet, in my room. Nobody's looking, nobody's around. Yeah, I would enjoy some, and then that's it. I said that, but that's not right. I have to learn how to be a giver. So I set myself a rule. And my rule was that before I enjoy any of my own snacks for myself, I'm going to find two people I can share with. and otherwise I can't eat my own treats. So I'd go out to the hallway. I'd find two guys. I'm like, hey, can you come here a second? They're like, what do you want? I'm like, just come here a second. And they'd come into the room. I'd say, here you go. I said, I have some great treats my mother sent me from America. I was learning in Israel at the time. Right? I said, here, please enjoy. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, it's fantastic, right? And what happened is that very, very shortly, it turned around my entire experience of giving. Wasn't that I'm not going to have, there's nothing going to be left for me, all these fears that people have. It turned it all around to like, I love to give. It became a joy to give. It became a pleasurable experience, and now I'm just looking for an opportunity. How can I give? Now, this turned out to be a very, very important task for me, specifically as an individual, because that wasn't one of my strong suits in my midot, in my character traits. And this really was an exercise that, working on it on a regular basis, and every time, it's like, think about it. Before I take a dish, I have to start thinking, you know what? Maybe the people around me want this as well. Let me give it to them first. I'm waiting online. Maybe I can let two people in before me. Just to learn to be a giver. Let someone else enjoy before I enjoy. Now, that's an exercise that worked for me. It may work for other people. But the idea here is love being a giver. And it's a special, you know what? You have the opportunity to give to a charity, even your favorite charity. Take a second to enjoy it. Take a second to enjoy, wow, I am so lucky that I am able to be the giver. Right? Okay, so with that, my friends, we got some work to do. Way number 33, a beautiful Lag BaOmer to everyone, and looking forward to sharing with you way number 34, which is Ohevet HaMesharim, love the straight road. Right? Ohevet HaMesharim, love the straight path. Have a magnificent day, everybody, and Lag Sameach.